Sophie Ashby, it's good to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Can you share a time when you changed a long-held belief and what influenced that change?
Yeah, I think I used to believe that success was mostly a result of hard work. Growing up, I think that's what I thought you had to do, work hard and you'll be successful. But I think my perspective sort of changed after working in my industry and growing up and maturing and realizing that so much of one's success is to do with advantages and privileges we might be given growing up. And seeing how systemic barriers and the lack of access to education and opportunities realize made me realize that it really isn't as simple as just hard work. I think um, there's a huge amount of opportunity that comes from your own personal network and upbringing and the opportunities that you're afforded through your own personal circumstances. And so when I realized that, I have been working a lot harder in my life to try and pay it forward and open doors and create more opportunities for those who don't have access.
And would you say this belief is formed by your own experience?
Yes, definitely. I think um, being able to really reflect and understand yourself and have the self-awareness to work out how it is and how it is that you got to where you are and the doors that were opened and opportunities afforded you to get to that point. I think having an awareness of that um, is certainly my own lived experience. And then really just thinking about how else into my industry, which is interior design, how do people break into this industry?
Are there any beliefs you feel you'll never abandon and why?
I think, yes, lots. I think really the number one, it's a bit cheesy, but the number one is kindness. You know, the transformative power of showing someone kindness in either a professional or personal um, setting is is enduring and works every time.
What does it mean to disagree well?
Um, I think disagreeing well is approaching a disagreement with respect, um, with curiosity and a willingness to be proved wrong and to listen.
And how does disagreement play a role in your field, so in interior design?
There's lots of micro disagreements as we walk along the road of the process of a project. There's a lot of moving parts and there's a lot of stakeholders. There's not only the client and myself and my team as the designers, but there's an architect involved usually and a structural engineer. There are many different professional consultants involved in delivering a project. So lots of different ideas of how to do things, and it's very subjective as well. There are many right decisions. It's not binary, right or wrong, yes or no. So um, the whole process really is about backwards and forwards and dialogue and trying to listen and understand what somebody else thinks and feels and working out how to use that with what you're thinking as well to move forward.
And has there been a particular time where two ideas have been at stalemate and what did you do to resolve it? Um,
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think some people have stronger personalities than others, and when you realize, or as I've gotten older, I kind of know who I am, and how I deal with those situations a bit better. And I think there are some moments where I will keep on pushing the disagreement or pushing my own opinions if I really truly believe. But I think as a person and as a personality, I'm just very open and willing to listen, and I'm quite flexible and agile. And I think because I'm not a neuroscientist where perhaps there really is a right or wrong, I'm always willing to adapt and change. So there aren't many instances where there's a real stalemate in what I do. I think it can hinder progress as well sometimes.
And finally, how can schools and universities promote good disagreement?
I think it goes back to that idea of respectful listening and thoughtfulness. I think that schools and universities really should be a forum with which you can debate and disagree in a kind of safe, respectful environment and learn those skills and learn how to do it um, kindly and fairly, because it's part of life for sure.
Thank you.